Starting in Australia by looking at Aldi, and it's once again top of the top. And we go to New Zealand for a quicker way of supermarket shopping, and that can't be bad. And then we end up with an update of the UK situation. For the for the eighth time in 10 years, Aldi's been named Australia's best supermarket after again outperforming its larger rivals in key areas. 10-Star Blue's latest supermarket satisfaction review reveals the discounter was awarded the maximum 5 stars in 6 categories. These were deals and specials, product freshness, quality of private label products, store layout, value for money, and overall satisfaction. Second was South Australian chain Foodland, which is awarded 4 stars overall thanks to strong efforts in the value for money and deals categories. Woolworths and Coles, Australia's largest supermarkets, ranked third and fourth, with IGA in the independent fifth. The last time Aldi didn't take out the top spot was in 2017, when Foodland hopped over them. Now, still in Australia, we turn to Coles, the second largest supermarket group behind Google. Its full-year sales revenues were up 6.8% to 37.4 billion Australian dollars, and all the dollars mentioned in this are Australian. The sales revenue growth across all segments according to the retailer's 2024 year results. CEO of Coles Group, Stephen Kane, says the refreshed strategy in June 2019 helped transform the business. Supermarket sales revenue was $33 billion for the year, an increase of 6.8% on the previous year, with comparable sales growth of 5.9%. For the fourth quarter, supermarket sales revenue increased by 7.6%, and comparable sales growth was 7.1% relative to the previous year. The results reflected that its supermarket performance was strong after launching the refreshed strategy. There was strong growth in online, increased penetration of own brand, that's private label, and the rollout of tailored ranges and the start of a smarter selling efficiency program. The report says that Coles online sales revenue grew by 18.1% for the year after services were temporarily disrupted during March and April due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Coles own brand reported that $10 billion in sales for the year accrued from them, with sales growing by 9.7% with more than 1,850 new product launches. Inflation was recorded excluding tobacco and fresh of 1.5% for the year and 3.3% for the fourth quarter. Total supermarket price inflation of 2.4% was recorded for the year and 3.6% in the fourth quarter. Turning to principal competitor Woolworths, this agreed to extend its strategic partnership with PFD Food Services, one of Australia's leading food service suppliers, by acquiring a 68% equity interest in the business. The Woolworths Group will also get 100% of PFD's freehold properties, primarily comprising of 26 distribution centres. PFD will operate independently, a separate board and governance structure will be implemented. This is yet another example of retail and hospitality food coming closer together. I'm sure there will be more examples as time goes on. In fact, I will have one on my Magic Talk program on Saturday morning. I'll be talking about that, and you'll be hearing about it sometime next week. Now, why are they getting closer together? Hospitality has taken a big hit, as we all know, in the pandemic, whereas supermarkets have gone from strength to strength and increased their finances accordingly. So it makes sense for supermarket retailers to seize the opportunity to have an ownership in this other significant part of CBA trade. Now across the Tasman Sea, from Australia back here to New Zealand, where a faster way of shopping in supermarkets is being extended to more parts of the country. No more queuing at checkout. Wahey! That's great. Following a successful trial of Shop and Go at Pack and Save in Wainoni, it's rolling out to other Pack and Save South Island stores throughout the rest of the year. Wainoni is now processing 18% of all its sales here. Latest store to go live is in Queenstown. What is Shop and Go? a barcode scanning tool which lets customers scan their products as they shop. As well as scanning each product, there's a running total of how much is being spent, and you don't have to queue at checkouts afterwards. Customers just scan a QR code on their Shop and Go screen at designated uh, Shop and Go self-checkout lanes, prompting EFTPOS payments, and there's no conveyor belt, so you just walk straight out. Once customers have packed their reusable bags while shopping, the bags stay in the trolley and are not picked out to check. To use the devices, customers have to pick up a Sticky Club card in store and register with the Sticky Club loyalty program. Once that's done, they can grab a handheld scanner from a rack to use Shop and Go at all participating Tap and Save stores. And to release the scanner, they have to swipe their Sticky Club card. Now, you might say, well, what's the Sticky Club? The Sticky Club is not going to make your hands a mess. No, the Sticky Club is named after Stickman, who is the person they use for all their advertising. And here's, imagine when you were a child and you drew people like that. Well, that is the Stickman. Remember Hangman? Well, that's the Stickman. First appeared in Hangman many years ago. Yes, that's the Stickman, and they're using him in all their advertising, and so Sticky Club. Quite a clever idea. Oh, there's a couple of other points. It's not new to TVs. All the Sticky Club stores in the lower North Island have had the system for many years, but it's never been extended to the Auckland region, which is upper half of the North Island. And the other point is this. Now, you're going to say to yourself, well, that's a bit stupid, isn't it? Because people are going to be stealing. Oh, well, what happens is that sometimes during the beginning of when you have the Sticky Club card, they will stop you at checkout and they will check everything in your bag when you finish. Now, if you've got something in there that hasn't been scanned, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt for the first time. It would be easy to do that. Just when you're not thinking something else and you pop it in your bag without scanning. I've almost done it at self-service checkout, so I know how easy it is. So the first time they find it, that's okay. Oh, we all make mistakes, sir or madam, and that's it. But if they find it the second time, they say, okay, right, well that's it. And they take your Sticky Club card away from you, and you can't use it anymore. So you find it very good. It's wise to be honest. Now, we shoot up to the UK, and you'll see behind me a picture taken in Westminster, and you can't quite see, but over there is them. Right, and we're going to learn how the grocery market there is set to grow by 2022. According to a new report from IGD, the UK grocery market is set to grow by 10% between 2019 and 2022, with the pandemic accelerating change. The pandemic has driven the shift to online, with IGD expecting the channel to retain the loyalty of new shoppers in the longer term. Even so, discount is predicted to become the fastest growing channel in 2021 and 2022, as shoppers seek to economise due to rising unemployment. IGD is forecasting value growth in online of 59.2%, that's £7 billion, over the period to 2022, with its share of the market increasing from 6.2 to 8.9%. And what about the discounters? So we can't have this podcast without talking about the discounters. Their market share is expected to increase from 12.8% to 14.6% in 2022, after seeing value growth of 25.4%, which is £6.3 billion. After proving popular during lockdown, the convenience channel is also set for robust growth of 13.2% over the 3-year period, with further market share gains of 21.4% in 2019 to 22% in 2022. Market share of hypermarkets is expected to decrease from 8.4% to 7.6% in 2022, and the share of supermarkets is forecast to decline from 46.1% to to 42.2%. Moving back to this year, and with Black Friday some 3 months away, new research from analysis suggests the majority of UK consumers will avoid shopping in stores and instead take advantage of deals online in that major selling day. Of those that say they'll want to take advantage of the deals on Black Friday, which falls on the 22nd of November, put it in your diary, just 13% of consumers say they'll brave the high street, while 58% will buy from brands solely online. Being safe. Now let's turn to everyone's favourite subject, prices. New data reveals Tesco has been lowering prices on branded products as part of its shift towards the EDLP strategy. What's EDLP? Everyday lower prices. Research by Edge by Essentials, the trade magazine The Grocer, shows the retailer cut the base prices of nearly 600 ambient SKUs, those are stock keeping units. I'll explain the stock keeping units. If you look at this supermarket shelf, your products, there might be several rows going back of your products, so each of those rows is a stock keeping unit. Stock keeping units have appeared from early July until the 19th of August. The cuts covered various categories including crisps, bread, condiments, snacks, confectionery and cereals, breakfast cereals that is. More than 3/4 of the price cuts were on branded items from brands like Cadbury, Dolmio, Hovis, Nepalina, Nescafe, Schwartz, Tetley, Tilda and Walkers. The strategy includes most promotions being dropped unless they're under its Club Card loyalty scheme. Tesco denies it's the start of a new price war with rivals in response to an impending recession. It insisted that it's part of the existing longer-term plans, poo-pooing claims that suppliers had not been given enough time to prepare. In fact, another study compiled for the Grocer by Associates found that promotional activity in the major supermarkets has not returned to pre-lockdown levels. This was said to be partly because some chains are now focusing more on EDLP, as I said before. Data found the total number of multi-buys and single product discounts offered by Asda, Morrisons, Sainsbury's, Ocado, Tesco and Waitrose were down 22% on average discounts compared with the start of March. That's more than 8,000 fewer promotions than before lockdown. Wow, that's a lot. Latest data from Kantar suggests the UK grocery market grew by 14.4% during a recent 12-week period, showing a slight decline compared with last month as consumer shopping habits continued to ease back to normality. But the introduction of mandatory face covering seems to have had a negative effect on supermarket visits, with a share of the online channel hitting another record high. Over the latest 12-week period, all the major retailers registered strong growth in take-home sales. However, all except Ocado saw that growth slowed compared with July. Morrisons stayed the fastest growing of the big four supermarkets and even outperformed Aldi and Lidl. Wow! The group's sales were up 16% and its market share increased to 10.1% as its supermarkets attracted more shoppers. Despite Tesco being close behind in terms of growth, it lost market share of 0.4 percentage points, bringing it to 26.6%. Sainsbury's share now stands at 14.9%, moving 0.5 percentage points this month, while Asda lost 0.6%, taking it to 14.3%. Iceland is the second fastest growing retailer at 28.2%, while the independent sector continued to perform well, with growth of 45.4% as consumers continued to shop locally, which of course they would do because of the pandemic. And they might be able to walk there, or at least it's not so far to drive. Lidl managed to hold its share steady at 5.9%, while Aldi and Waitrose both lost 0.2 percentage points, taking them to 7.9% and 4.7% respectively. And it seems Morrisons has also adopted the "if you can't beat them, join them" policy followed by Tesco when it launched Jacks. by extending its partnership with Amazon. It's launched its own store on Amazon's e-commerce platform, offering a full grocery range with free delivery. The supermarket's wholesale operation has been supplying products with Amazon's own grocery offer since 2016. Morrisons and Amazon have also recently expanded their same-day delivery service of a limited range via Prime Now to cover more cities across the UK. Shoppers will now be able to buy from the supermarket's full range using the Morrisons at Amazon store. Customers who are members of Amazon's Prime scheme will also be able to benefit from free same-day delivery on orders over £40. The service has initially been launched in Leeds, but will be rolled out across the country in the coming months. Products are picked from local stores by Morrisons staff with delivery via Amazon's network of couriers. The range includes branded and own-label products, packaged goods, along with Morrisons full fresh fruit and veg offer, and products from its Market Street counters. Prices will be the same as in Morrisons stores, although promotions may vary occasionally. Now, that's it for this week, guys. We're back to alert level 2 in Auckland on Monday, so my podcast will really return to their normal situation. Thanks for watching. You can catch me on my Supermarket Sleuth channel on YouTube and on my Supermarket Sleuth and Checkout pages on Facebook. On my Supermarket Sleuth page, you can listen to my weekly radio broadcast on a Saturday morning in New Zealand, and if at the time, which is 10:45 a.m. in the morning, is not suitable for you because you might be in bed at that time in your time zone, you can listen to it sometime after midday on a Saturday morning here. So I would suggest from a Saturday in your part of the world, you can listen to it by going to my Supermarket Sleuth Facebook page. Well, that's all for now, guys. Have a good and safe week.